Welcome to the video series on how to use freelance sites to bid for jobs or outsource your business. In this video series, I'm going to give you two different perspectives. The freelancer who wants to bid for jobs to get profitable projects and start to build your business. Or the second perspective, the buyer. The buyer is such as like the internet business owner who wants to outsource their business to people like the freelancers. Now I'm giving you these two different perspectives because one could easily tap into both at the same time. You could either be a freelancer and a buyer at the same time. Now, if you're just going to be the freelancer and bid for profitable projects, I'm going to show you how to bid successfully. And if you're just wanting to outsource your business, you can use the second part of the video series to learn how to find honest and hardworking freelancers and how to avoid being scammed. Let me show you an overview of what I'll be talking about in this video series. Of course, in this specific video is video 1. I'll be showing you the two different perspectives and I'll be giving you an overview of the two and how it can be profitable. In video 2, I'll talk about popular sites that bring in freelancers and buyers together, such as elance.com, Guru.com, scriptlance.com, rentacoder.com, and Digital Point forums. There are many other sites where you can find freelancers and buyers, but these are the main sites that I personally have used over the past 5 or more years. All of these sites are good at different things. For example, rentacoder.com, it's better to find coders there and writers. Scriptlance.com, it's easier to find coders, but not necessarily so as far as writers go. And I'm going to show you those examples in that video series. Number 3, we're going to look at the freelancer view. Bidding for jobs, what you need to know beforehand. Video 4, the freelancer again, how to increase your bid acceptance and long-term relationships with your buyers. The biggest issue that a freelancer faces is bid acceptance. How do you actually win the bid? Because you're going to have 10, 20 more people who are bidding for the same project. How do you stand out between all those other people? Video 5, the buyer view, how to save time and outsource your business projects. And video 6, the most important one for the buyer, is hiring freelancers, how to spot honest and hardworking people, and the legal issues, and how to avoid being scammed and cheated by the dishonest people, red flags that you need to watch out for. I, as a person who have used these sites, as a buyer, have been cheated and scammed many times. But now I know how to minimize those factors and how to find honest and hardworking people. Let me give you a quick overview of two different perspectives, the freelancer and the buyer. You can either tap into one of these, the freelancer or the buyer, or you can tap into both, the freelancer and the buyer. And doing both is actually profitable, just because you can be the freelancer, but you can also be the buyer. Let's say, for example, you're running a design company. And you start out as the freelancer. You're the designer and work begins to come in and you've got too much work to do. You can begin to find other designers who have skills such as yours and outsource to them. So even though you're getting the commission and you're getting the buyers that are coming to you, you can outsource part of your business. And I know several people that are doing that. You're a programmer, a writer, article writer, any type of business, you could either tap into both. With that said, let me begin to talk about the freelancer perspective. Whether you have never been a freelancer before or you have done some work, there are a few things that you need to make sure that you have before you begin to bid on any project. I'll talk more about that in video 3. Let's take a quick example. Right now I'm at scriptlance.com and you'll notice that we have bids. The bids are from the freelancers who are bidding on the project. And if we take, for example, this project here, a bug fix, apparently somebody is having a bug fix, so they need somebody to fix the bug. What they'll have done is they'll list the job types. And if you're a good programmer, you can do PHP and MySQL, then you can begin to bid on the project. One thing to know about as a freelancer is before you bid on the project, you want to be very specific. And I'll actually show you that in the future videos. Now this is what it looks like to be a freelancer. These are freelancers here, programmers. And this is the buyer here. The buyer is listing a description, and I'll show you as a buyer, if you want, later on, how to make a good description so that you get people who are actually bidding on your project and know what they're bidding on. So with that said, let's talk about the buyer point of view. As a buyer, you need to be very careful because you can get scammed. But as a freelancer, you got to be careful too, because there are some corrupted buyers out there as well. As a buyer, you don't have to worry too much about building your reviews. Just because the buyer has more say-so than the actual bidder. And this is because the buyers actually give